Fam, you know how they try to tell you that death is a bad thing? No, death is actually a good thing, because when you die, you get to see if you a sin or you come back here. That's what reincarnation means, fam. Your soul remembers. Your soul already know that you've been here before. That's why I say nothing to do under the sun, because everything you go through, everything you see, you already went through it. We are basically recycled souls, because we've seen everything, we went through everything. That's why they call it deja vu, because when you dream things, when you've been in a situation that you already know that you already been in, that's why I say deja vu, because your soul and your conscience is remembering, like, dang, I already seen this, I already been through this. You got to understand that, fam. We already been here before. So, and they try to tell you, and look, fam, when babies cry when they born, they crying because they know that this is the lowest vibration frequency on the planet. They know that Earth is hell on Earth. You got to understand that, fam. And you see, if you go look at the Michael Jackson Thriller video, you from a third eye point of view, you will understand it that when Michael Jackson and the girl was walking and all the zombies walked up to him, and how they got scared, because Michael was realizing that the people that's in this world today, everybody that we basically see, that everybody, he was understanding that people are asleep. They're asleep spiritually. They're not awake, and you got to understand that, fam. And then how they chased him, and the girl got scared and she ran in the house, and he went in there with her and told her that he'd walk her home. And then when he turned around at the camera and he had like the snake or the reptilian eyes, that was the government. Basically, you got to understand that, the elites. You got to understand that. Then how it laughed at the end of the music video, that was basically the elites laughing at us, or laughing at the people that never wake up spiritually, or that's going to be back here. He's laughing at them because they're a joke. They still following the things of this world. They still stuck on this world. They programmed basically by this world. That's why the Most High told us not to love the things of this world. You got to understand that, fam. And you see, when I was younger, I never understood why I didn't cry at a funeral, why I didn't cry like everybody else. I seen everybody else cry. I tried my hardest to cry, but it was like something that I couldn't cry. I never cried. It was like it was a happy thing for me, or I never sobbed and do all this and that, because when you mourn and cry at a funeral, fam, you basically symbolizing a delay. You know that person gonna be coming back here, and you see Yahushua HaMashiach, you see the Bible. The people in the Bible, they don't want y'all to know that you are the people in the Bible. That's why some of y'all stories of what you went through is basically adding up to some of the stories in the Bible. Basically, they don't want you to know that, because once you understand that, fam, you will vibrate out of here, fam. You see, Yahushua HaMashiach, he was raising a vibration. He was teaching consciousness. You got to understand it, because once you have God-like consciousness, bro, that's when you know you elevated spiritually. That's when you done waking up from all these illusions and all this and that, fam. He wasn't teaching the gospel and this and that. He was teaching energy, vibration, and consciousness, fam. You got to understand that. That's why they try so hard to play mind games and do all this and that with your mind and trick your mind, fam, because that's the dumbest thing to lose. You got to understand that, fam. When you got God-like consciousness, that's why people try to call you weird. That's why people was calling Yahushua HaMashiach a demon and all this and that, fam, because he had consciousness. He had his father's consciousness, fam. You got to understand that. And some people not going to watch this video to the end, and that's okay, because the people that got ears to hear, they going to know and they going to understand what I'm talking about, fam. But if you don't, then that's on you, fam.